So today I'm going to be using a couple of virtual machines. I'm going to be using Windows and Linux. So I'll get some basic information. So I'm going to sign into Windows first. I'm going to go ahead and sign into Linux. I'm going to go ahead and use the command prompt for both. I'll start off with the basic troubleshooting. I'm going to use the who am I command. I'll do the same for Linux. I'm also going to do the hostname command. Go back to Windows. Also, if we use the who am I and we add the slash groups, we can also see all the groups that the current user belongs to. So I'm going to go ahead and use that command. You can see all the lists right there. If you want to see all the switches, we can also use a command with the question mark, I believe. Hold up. Oh, sorry, it's the who am I with the question mark. Right there. For Linux, it's different. I think it's hostname space dash dash help, so we're going to use that. The spaces are super important because if you don't use the spaces, 9 times out of 10, it won't be recognized as a command. So here we have everything else. If you want to get more information about the computer, we could simply use the system info command. So we're going to do that on Windows. Oops, wrong one. As you can see, we have all the information that we need. For Linux, it's a little different. Command to get information, we can still pretty much get the same information, it's just different command. So for that one, it's cat with the space. Space is important. So it's cat space proc dash CPU info. Typed it wrong again. Got everything right there. If you want to get more information about the memory on Linux, you can use the command cat /proc /meminfo. So we're going to go ahead and type that out. Spaces are important. And here we have all the memory information. Now we're going to go back to Windows and display some IP information. For Windows, we're going to go ahead and use the command ipconfig. And here we get the IP address and the subnet mask. If you want to get more detailed information, we can use the command ipconfig space-all. So we're going to go and use that. And here we have more information, it's more detailed. If you want to see all the commands available for the ipconfig all, you can simply just put ipconfig space dash with a question mark. So we're going to go ahead and type that out. And we have all the commands right here on the list. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on Linux. It's a little different on Linux, the command, but it's still pretty much the same. It's just spelled differently. So we're going to go ahead and go on Linux. So instead of ipconfig, it's ifconfig on Linux. We have everything right there. You can still see DNS information with the command on Linux. It's just I think the command is cat space etc resolve.config, so we're gonna go use that. Space etc resolve, not the whole thing, just resolv.config. And then we have the domain and the name server. If you want to see the configuration file associated with the network card, we can also use the command cat space etc/network/interfaces. So we'll go ahead and type that out. Spaces are important, I always forget that. etc network interfaces. We have everything right there. Now we'll go back to Windows and we're going to try to get some DNS information. So we're going to use the command nslookup on Windows. I'm going to type that up, nslookup. We got the default server and we got the IP address. If you want to see the list of available commands for the DNS, we can put a question mark at the end. I think, oops, wrong one. And here we see all the commands we can use right here. If you want to find the DNS information for a host, we can use the command IP address. It should work. Let's see. Oops, I think I used the wrong command. Oh, I'm sorry, I typed the IP address. I'm sorry, got a little confused. So the IP address will be 192.168.12.12. So we got the information right there. If you put www.isp.com, we will return the information back to the server. So we'll put www.isp.com, and we just returned it back to the server. Now, if we want to see all the addresses in a domain, we can use netplus.com if the administrator allows it. So we're gonna go see if we can get access. Netplus.com. We're able to get some information. Now we're going to exit out of the NSLOOKUP commands. We're going to put exit. Now we're back to our regular. Now we're going to go back to Linux so we can see the IP address. So we're going to use the NSLOOKUP command. NSLOOKUP. I believe it's NSLOOKUP space www.isp. We're going to go ahead and try. So I got the wrong command. So we try again. We got it right there. Now if you want to look up by the IP address, we can also use the NSLOOKUP. When we put the IP address, we're going to go put NSLOOKUP with the IP address. NSLOOKUP space, I always forget the spaces. So we got the server and we got the address. So it did work. So now we're going to go back to Windows and we're going to display some network connections. So we're going to go ahead and put netstat in the command line. So we only have one active connection. Now I'm going to try using the netstat space with the question marks. We can see all available commands we can use. So I'm going to put netstat, the space, dash, question mark. And we have all available commands right here that we can use to get whatever you want to get. Now I want to see all the TCP ports, so I'm going to use the netstat space dash A space dash P space dash TCP. So I'm gonna go ahead and type that out. Go try again. I don't think I saw anything. Oh, the TCP didn't need a dash. You can see all that, the connections right here. So now I want some internet traffic, so I'm going to go into the Internet Explorer and type www.isp.com. So we're going to go right here at the internet. Put ask next. We'll just say yes for now. So I'm going to go ahead right here in the search bar and put www.isp.com. Now we got some network. And now we're gonna go see if it works. We're gonna go back to the command line. We're gonna type out netstat command. So netstat. If it worked, we should be able to see all the results. So I think we were able to get some. It looks like it. You can also get the FQ PDN of the server by using the netstat space-f command. So you got more. Now if you want to get the IP address of the remote server, we can use the netstat space-n command. There we go. Now if you want to display Ethernet statistics, I'm going to use netstat with the E. And there you go. And if I want to see other statistics about other protocols, I'm going to put netstat space with the S. There you have it right there. Now we're going to go on Windows. Well, I'm sorry, we're already on Windows. I'm sorry, I meant Linux, sorry. So we're going to put netstat space -- help on Linux. A little different from Windows. We can still get the same information. Now if you want to display listening sockets we can use the netstat space with the L. It should work. It did work. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Excuse me, I need to put charging before it turns off. Now if you want to see protocol statistics, you can put netstat space with the little S. Netstat there you go. Now we're going to go back to Windows and go back to Windows, and I'm going to ping it now. So I'm going to put I think it's ping space www.isp.com. So ping www.isp.com. There you go, we just pinged it. And if you want to know the IP address of the remote host, we can use the command ping with the IP address of 131.107.0.200. So we're gonna go ahead and type that out. Ping. We pinged it. And we're gonna go ahead and use the tracer. So we're gonna use the www.isp. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put tracer in front of it. Now we're gonna go and do the same for Linux. Same information. It's pretty much almost the same, but just a little different. Trace route. I think it's trace route on Linux. Trace route with the space. www.isp.com. There you go. And now we're going to go ahead and use Wireshark. So we're going to exit out of this. And we're going to use Wireshark to get some ARP information. So we're going to go on the command line on Linux and we're going to type Wireshark. Should pop us up. There you go. Put OK. We're going to choose ETH0 and we're going to put start a new capture. So we're getting information right there. So I need to generate network traffic, so I'm going to type the command ping space www.isp.com with a -C5. So I'm going to go ahead and try it right here. So I can't figure it out right now, but that's okay. We can still get the information we need. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live capture. Now we're going to go in the filter and type ARP. Not sure why it's not working. Let's go ahead and do it again. We're just gonna go ahead and try it again. Let's input Wireshark. Okay. I'm gonna click this one. Click start. Actually, I think I did it wrong again. this one. We're gonna put start new live crack. So I'm not sure why we're not able to generate network traffic. I'm trying to use the ping, so I'm gonna try to troubleshoot it, but I cannot see the command line. So we might need to make a second video on the Wireshark part, but I'm still gonna try it right now. Sure, I might just try all over again. One last time. Click it and put start a new one. Yeah, so I'm not able to solve this right now, so we can make a part 2 in the video, but yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna contact my professor to make part 2. So finally, after some troubleshooting, I was able to get all the results. Now we're gonna go ahead and type ARP. And as you can see, we have everything right here. And that concludes our video. Thank you for watching, and we'll be posting more videos in the upcoming weeks. Thank you. Take care.